Yeah, we're here to help you be a better man, physically. Let's do it.
Let's go.
What's going on? Welcome to the Criticalbench channel. I'm Coach Brian, strength coach, functional movement specialist, and I'm standing next to the Blake Bowman of Guerrillazen Fitness.
What's up, guys?
And in this video, we're gonna kind of walk you through 5 exercises, 5 movements, 5, whatever you wanna call it. They're kind of like lifestyle choices that every man needs to make physically. We're talking like in the gym or out in the wild. I know you're a primal dude. You love getting outside of nature, doing stuff outside of nature to make you more of a man. These are 5 movements or classifications of movement that are hands down the best.
Yeah.
So let's not drag this on any longer than it has to be. The first one is, what do you think?
First one's definitely going to be a squat, okay? A squatting motion. And as with all of these movement patterns, there are a variety of exercises that fall within these patterns, right? The squatting movement pattern, squatting down, coming back up, there's a million ways you can do that. You can do that, you know, with a stone, you can do that with a kettlebell, barbell, body weight, whatever. But that is a very important movement to do, as all of these are, because they are all what we call compound movements, meaning they activate multiple muscles and they utilize multiple joints at once. The benefit of doing these is, long story longer, they stimulate more testosterone growth hormone release. These are big movements that you want to be doing to support your hormones and your muscle mass. And squats and any variation thereof of squats are probably the first and most foundational one that you can be doing.
Yeah, so at the beginning of this video, we quickly touched on like these are exercises that every man needs to be doing. Now these aren't like bodybuilder exercises. These aren't like just get in the gym and like kind of feel good. These are man-making exercises to stimulate hormone growth, to stimulate just muscle development, to make you feel and look healthier and perform at an optimal level.
Be as strong as you possibly can.
Yeah, so obviously you're gonna grow some muscle in the meantime, but the whole idea behind these movements are to get a hormonal response that is through the roof, that is gonna eventually make you more of a man.
Yeah, because these all, you know, boost testosterone, which will help build muscle, but that also crosses over into every other area of your life. When you have more testosterone, you're more energetic, you're more confident, you're more dominant, and you're just more masculine, you know? Testosterone is the male sex hormone. Yeah. Men have well over 10 times more testosterone than women do, and it's one of the prime things that differentiates men from women. And it's just very important as a man to be supporting that, and these are the best way to do that.
Yeah, so kind of the opposite of a squat is a pull. You're pulling something off the floor. Think of a deadlift. You're pulling a sled. You're pulling, your tug of war, for example. It's a pulling movement. Pull-ups are pulling. Any type of pulling movement. Compound movements, I'm not talking like a straight arm pull down. Even though that's a great exercise, we're talking heavy pulls where you're actually you're bracing your core, you're bracing your glutes, you're pulling in a heaving movement. Deadlifts, knees, hips, ankles, everything is moving in a kinetic chain from down, up, forward to back. So just like squats, it's down, up. A deadlift is pretty much up, down. So you're moving pretty much opposite of a squat. And I mean, strength research on this as a strength tool is, there's thousands of research studies talking about the deadlift in itself, whether it's traditional, whether it's conventional, whether it's sumo.
Oh, yeah. Deadlifts are, I think I read once somewhere that there's no exercise that promotes as much full body muscular contraction as the deadlift does. There's like nothing else you could do that will contract as many muscles as that will. So yeah, deadlifts are definitely top of the list for pulling.
Yeah, so if you're building a program in your mind saying, all right, I need to incorporate squats, I need to incorporate deadlifts. Yeah, on both of our channels, we go through many different types of squats and deadlifts. So obviously check out his channel on Guerrillazen Fitness. You can click that banner up here or hit our subscribe button as well to check out more of our content. But if you're wanting a little bit more information about testosterone and how you can boost your testosterone, we have a thing that I want you to read. It's called the 7 Worst Testosterone Killers. It's a free read. You can go underneath this video and download it immediately. So I'm gonna post a link in the comment section. I'm gonna pin it. Download that, and you're gonna learn more about things that are actually hurting your testosterone. So we got nail down squats, or squat, then pull. What else we got?
And remember in pull too, it's not just deadlifts. You want to be doing pulling motions that are very arm dominant too. Rows, pull-ups, stuff like that. But yeah, the next, movement pattern is going to be presses, okay? Push, okay? And again, kind of like the deadlift, and the squat too, there's multiple ways you can do this. You can do bench press, push-ups, shoulder press, incline dumbbell press.
Med ball work.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter. What's important with all of these is the movement pattern, the way that your body is moving, okay? So pushing is another one, right? That's another one of those big compound movements. It activates multiple muscle groups, utilizes multiple joints at the same time. And again, there are endless, variations or exercises, I should say, that utilize a pushing movement pattern. I already named a few, but that's another one of those, big primal movements that we want to be doing.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that 100%. Pushing is a staple. And now men, we like to push more than we like to pull. And that is a problem that arises.
Gym bros do.
Gym bros, like if you're heavy into bench press, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not heavy into the pull, the opposite movement, you're gonna start developing some imbalances, some injuries, things like that. So just as much as you push, pull as equally, and then you're gonna be feeling pretty good. So fourth one is rotation or some kind of chopping movement. This is something that men just neglect to do. Whether it's this movement here or even bending, I kind of lump those two in together, even though they are two planes of motion. But men have a difficult time integrating those movements into their daily routine, bending and rotating. But like think of a chop, like a sledgehammer chop. Obviously, I got nothing to chop, but chopping wood, for example, breaking apart concrete or something that is excessive movement. Now you've got explosive going across the body, integrating a lot of movement going on, multi-joint movement.
Yeah.
So rotation, another rotation like med ball throws.
Russian twists.
There's a lot of
twists.
Yeah, even some kettlebell stuff on the floor. Some single arm snatches. You're doing some you're rotating as you go down. Even like that, you're rotating your thoracic spine a little bit to go to a single arm swing. So you got to think outside the box when you start training rotationally. So that's 4. What else we got? What are some other?
Yeah, so we have pushing, pulling, squatting, rotational stuff.
I would even say like you said, explosive, like plyometric type of work, explosive movements, sprints.
Yeah.
Sprints are, I think, one of the best tools, no matter what you're looking for, even if for muscular development, is a sprint.
Yeah.
Actually getting out, putting your sprint shoes on and just taking off 40 yards, 50 yards, 10 yards.
I like that you added that fact about muscular development, because if you look at the physique of an Olympic sprinter versus, let's say, a long distance runner, an Olympic sprinter looks like a bodybuilder almost. They're very built up top too, and a lot of that comes from their training style, right? Sprinting is very explosive. You're gonna be building those type 2 twitch, fast twitch muscle fibers. They're a little bit bulkier. It's just more conducive to, putting on mass and maintaining strength, doing, explosive cardiovascular exercises like sprints as opposed to running 5 miles or something like that. Another thing that I would put on the list is something that we've covered in other videos that we've done together, heavy carries.
Right, okay? Yeah, good one.
And that's very primal too. If you think about that, our ancestors were doing that a lot. They're walking a lot and they're carrying things a lot, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like farmers carries, suitcase carries, just walking. I know like strong men like have that thing.
The Atlas stone, or the, I know what you're talking about. It looks like a telephone pole. They're like picking it up and like walking in circles.
Just walking, really, it doesn't matter what you're walking with. Walk around with something very, very heavy in your hands, in front of you, off to your sides. You can even do overhead carries. Those are very good. You want to be careful with those. Keep your core really tight. You want to make sure you have good spinal integrity and you have good shoulder mobility if you're doing anything overhead, but that is definitely something I would put on that list as well. Yeah. The most basic thing that you can start with in that heavy carry category is probably a farmer's walk or farmer's carry. You just walk with 2 dumbbells that are pretty heavy in both of your hands. You maintain optimal posture, strong core, and you just walk a specified distance. Like in this room, I might walk to the end of the gym, turn around, come back, count that as a set, and then do that for multiple sets. That's an amazing strength building primal movement that's definitely in the same category with all these other exercises that we've listed here.
Yeah, we gave you 6. We got 5 plus the bonus. The bonus being the carry. So plyometrics is another great tool to implement into your routine. It's a little more it's a little more touchy-feely because that's something that not everybody can do. But just get in the thought that it's out there. So yeah, I think we covered it all. I know we confused the heck out of you because we're like, all right, now great, I have to redo my entire program. Well, that's good because now we're giving you information to run with. So check out his channel, Guerrillazen Fitness. Check out our channel as well if this is your first time on our channel. If you're a return subscriber, thanks for coming back. And don't forget to check out that 7 worst testosterone killers free report underneath this video. Click that pin link in the comment section. Download that right away. Start implementing that into your daily routine. And hit that subscribe button on both our channels. And have an awesome day. Thanks, Blake.
Thanks, man.
We'll see you in the next video.
Peace.